evening, good afternoon, wherever you find yourself in this weird, wild, wacky world of ours, and welcome to the exciting installment of Darkness in Dublin. This scene is going to take place on the road that leads to the Green Dragon drinking establishment, wherein individuals come to get inebriated and forget about their awakened woes, or at least you'd hope that they could get there. But that's neither here nor there. So, there is going to be a gaggle, a posse, a consortium of interesting individuals who are walking the streets this evening as they make their way towards the Green Dragon. You will all be arriving either in small groups or separately, and I will narrate what will happen. I'm going to intro you in a specific order. A cornucopia, thank you. That's another thing. So, Theodis, how is it going, sir?
Oh, it's going. It's all turning up, Theodis. Which basically means a lot of reading has happened, and a lot of hobbling has happened, and not much else.
Okay.
But he's hobbling on his way over to the Green Dragon, probably accompanied by someone somewhere.
Okay. So next up we will have Marcus, Mr. Campbell.
So in this establishment, Boyle, you cannot do anything that's exploding or kill it because the other mages in here are shite for brains, and you'll die or you'll kill them, and I don't want that. Okay.
But there's absolutely no fun in that whatsoever.
However, there's free drinks.
I accept this. I accept these limitations.
I thought so. All right, let's go get toasted.
So, for the record, he has taken on a more vaguely human form to walk the streets. I will find a picture for it, but I do not have one current. Next up is going to be Kim and Minnie.
One question, Evan.
Yes.
Am I capable of? Is there a way to disguise the book in some way?
The book can alter its size.
Okay, it is now
You
a work.
can essentially have it in the size of it goes from a pocketbook to a paving slab, so you can essentially have it in your pocket.
Okay.
That's a nifty little feature. A lot of grimoires have. Okay. In that case, next up will be Cassidy. Actually, no. Before we continue, your grandmother, Marcus, she says there's a fierce wind out tonight, boy. Oh.
Is it an ill cold one from the other side, or is it a regular one?
There's an ill wind, but I don't know from where it's blowing. But there's an ill wind.
I was ready for it.
Right. Okay. Cassidy. Cassidy. Hello.
Read the side chat, Evan.
Cassidy is wearing her usual, floor-length skirt, a pair of canvas flip-flops underneath, and a tunic top with her little canvas bag on her side. And as she walks, it kind of clacks. The distinct sound of glass hitting glass. So she's kind of careful with it, but not overly so. She's kind
What's
of
in the bag?
Just herbs and such.
Herbs. Okay. Kit. Next up. On a side note, this new mage smells like she's preparing a delicious Sunday roast. Parsley.
Mostly lavender.
Do I literally come into the area scenting that?
No, I was just fucking with you.
Oh, okay. I would imagine that Kit's looking a little beat up because it's probably a good chance she went out to a rough part of town last night to pick a fight and find a bite to eat.
Okay.
So she's kind of coming in with kind of a bit of a busted lip, sort of a few scratches and impact tears on the left side of her face, and the right side of her right eye kind of has that good swelling, that black goose egg that's has formed on her cheekbone just underneath her right eye.
Okie dokie. So, hi Darcy, how's it going?
Hi.
How are you? So,
I'm
as you
having a
guys are
cold.
as you guys are about to step over the threshold into the Green Dragon, Miss Ellsworth will happen along the street. You see her; she's tapping on her phone as normal. Before she stops, dead in her tracks, like she stops, just and the body almost goes fiercely. It goes really quite rigid. Um, Darcy, you can't move a single muscle. You can't even breathe.
That sucks.
Yeah, it does. Hey, Marcus, how's it going?
Yeah, what's up?
What you can see is essentially, from your perspective, a chain has attached itself with a meat hook in it to each one of Darcy's limbs
One
and
moment.
is holding her in place.
Remember, I have Vidare Mortem, so I can only see like dead stuff.
Yes, it's connected to her soul, to her wraith, and to her soul inside her body. You can very much see this.
Okay.
And it is basically holding her in place.
Oh, sir.
Bef-
Someone's decided that old bondage thing we read about on the internet last night should be done in the spiritual world. Look at that shit.
On a side note, I enjoyed this. He looks at Darcy almost bored before he says, on a side note, I enjoyed this porn hub. Yes. And he then walks into the Green Dragon, not giving a fuck.
Keep me drink warm. I'll be there in a minute.
You guys will start to see Darcy. She's standing there really quite rigid. As I said, her left nostril starts to bleed,
Oh, I'm turning on Entropic Sight real quick.
and the blood is black.
Yeah, I'm turning on Entropic Sight right now.
Okay.
Oh, that's not good. One thing you notice is that Duncan is full of necromantic and necrotic energy.
Yeah, he is.
Oh, whoops, I rolled it in the wrong dice roller, but never mind.
Where'd you roll it?
I rolled it in ritual dice roller too.
That's fine. Under Entropic Sight, yes, Duncan is practically a beacon of necromantic. Ew.
Well, that guy's weird. But I didn't mind about that guy.
Darcy. Darcy doesn't have one line of fate anymore. She has two, and they're twisting together.
Oh god.
One of them is as dark as midnight.
Hey, Boo, can you blink for me? And he's gonna ask Darcy.
You can't
Can
blink.
I?
Nope.
Can't. Okay.
Are there other spiritual symbols on her anywhere?
The meat hooks are carving them into her 4 cardinal points.
Wait, what? Me hooks?
There are spiritual meat hooks embedded into her arms and legs. You can only see under spiritual sight, and they are carving certain symbols onto her body.
Can we
Into her
stop
soul.
this?
You can try.
I'd like to.
Okay.
Grant, I'll need you to take over so that you can touch those things. Can you do that?
I'm not touching those things, boy. Oh no, fuck, no, I'm not, and neither are you.
Well, okay then. Well, I'm sorry you're fucked.
Wait, you touch what things?
They're on the other side, and they're bad, and they're carving
Okay.
something, and I don't know what it is.
I am going
Whereabouts
to.
are they?
I am.
Are there all the people out there? He's like, I don't know if anyone can see on the other side. Can you look over there and see what these things are carving inside of her skin? It's weird.
By the way, as you lean
I
close
do believe
to-
Casta can.
Yep, if you have spirit 1, you can.
She has spirit 3.
There you go.
I'm spirit too.
You can also you can't control your own avatar.
I know. Oh, fuck.
You can also, if anyone wants to give the site to Francis, if you've got I think it requires, no, it doesn't require correspondence. No, that would be to give them your perceptions. You can physically boot them for Spirit Sight and Spirit 2, if anyone wants to let Francis see what's going on.
You mean Theodis?
Theodis, I'm really tired.
Theodis.
First sphere starts at 5, right?
Beg your pardon?
The first sphere, level 1, rolling for spirit sight.
Oh no, it starts at 4.
Starts at 4? Alright, I'm gonna wait about 3 seconds, which will lower my difficulty by 1.
Yep.
And
It's
nothing is done.
it's technically waiting about 6 seconds, but yeah, it's valid point nonetheless.
I'm gonna spend a willpower.
Okay.
What is the roll for Spirit Sight?
It is your Erite. Difficulty. It is your Erite. It is difficulty 4.
Okay.
So you have 3 of the Erites. So yeah, Minnie, you get it up for the scene without much problem. There you go.
Oh, I thought it took 3 successes and not 2.
No, it's 2.
Okay, well, ignore that second roll then.
Cool, no problem.
Minnie, looks over.
3
Okay.
successes.
With those 3 successes, you may even give a success to Theodis if you like.
Okay.
So, this is for Cassidy.
Oh.
Cassidy, you may give a success to Theodis, so he may also Spirit See if you would like.
Yes, she will do that.
Hey, Theodis,
Wow.
welcome to Seeing the Shadowlands. There's a first time for everything.
Yeah, this confuses Theodis. What is happening? Why can I see this now?
Cassidy would look over at him. I gave you Spirit Sight.
Thank you.
Evan, I would like to to manifest the eyes of my familiar
Mhm.
to try and see if I can see what everybody else sees, because I don't have spirit.
The eyes will not let you see through the gauntlet. They will give you incredible abilities to see, like in pitch black. Basically, it gives you like almost ectothermic vision, but it won't let you see through the gauntlet.
Okay, so then she will say to Marcus, I forget the name of your character?
Duncan.
Duncan? Okay. She will ask Duncan, what meat hooks? Where are they?
They're on the other side, boy. You.
Guide my hands to them.
You don't mind me touching your person, then?
No, I don't.
Okay. I will guide his hands. Gather hands to the hooks.
His hands on the human or the mortal side of the gauntlet are moved to where the meat hooks are. It doesn't seem to. They don't seem to interact with them. The hooks pass right through his hands, and they continue to scar into her flesh. For the record, Theodis, you can read if you put on your glasses. You can read what's being written.
I've got a ton of languages I understand, so I don't know if this falls under my normal list or not, because I recently did learn a lesson.
I'm sorry.
Can
Evan,
you? Yes.
if you want to, do this like by the book and everything, you can take a look at uncanny influence section of how do you do that, because I'd like to try and spiritually unpossess her. Is she possessed?
No.
In that
I'll
case,
give this to you, though.
In that case, I'm just gonna thicken the gauntlet to stupid.
Okay, that's fine.
So this is Spirit 5.
For the record,
effect.
Yep.
And I will.
Well, in theory,
what?
Yeah, I will let you guys access your XP spends because technically you don't get them until after downtime. But I'm going to be nice.
Sweetness. So he will take a point of lethal as he draws a circle around everybody around using his blood, like flicking it around to enhance the gauntlet rating to dumb. I'm going to basically roll it and diff 7, see how thick and I can get it. It's been a willpower point.
Good luck.
Yeah, what's the language you needed me to speak?
Do you speak Enochian?
I do. And I
do.
have a side up.
Okay, if you speak Enochian, you can understand the language. Sorry, does the other speak it?
Yes, he does.
Cool. See, hashtag Denofre, best teacher. Basically, what it says on her arms is, because you can only really see her arms, in theory, if she pulled up, is Darcy wearing pants or a skirt?
She's probably wearing pants.
You see that it's carving into her leg as well, but you can't see it because her pants are down. Or pants are up, rather. So you'd have to, she'd have to pull up her pants to, to see it.
Oh, God.
What you can see is on her left arm, it says, yawning wide. It's just finished writing it. It's writing very slowly. And it says, the pit opens on the opposite arm.
I'm really sorry about this, Darcy, and I know it's an invasion of your physical autonomy and your privacy, but Minnie leans down and rolls her pants up to her knees.
Oh, that's fine.
Okay.
That's better than pulling them down.
Side chat.
Okay. The gauntlet rating currently stands at a 10, because I don't think it can go beyond that. But as you pull up her pant leg, it says, come hither, and then on the other side it says, willingly offered.
What did it say, sorry?
If you would stop looking rage typing, I'll tell you. Thank you.
Sorry, I'm writing it down.
It says, come hither on her left leg, and then on the right leg it says, willingly offered.
Oh, no. Duncan?
Hi.
So basically what it's so they're making Darcy a sacrifice. I'm sorry. Darcy, don't freak out.
Darcy, you are entitled to freak out.
I'm not
Yeah,
trying.
Say no.
The thing is, she can't.
Why not?
It's said technically that she's willingly offered on her leg.
Shit. What can I do here? There's a second thread. There's a second thread of fate. Turn on prime site real quick. See if I can disrupt any flow of prime heading to her.
By the way, all you spirit mages, I'm really sorry. You gotta have to step outside like 40 feet, or else it'll be diff 10 for everything.
Well, it's different. Yeah, the gauntlet
I
rating.
can't turn on fucking prime site. Okay, that's annoying. Are you serious?
You can just roll again.
Okay. Yeah.
You can just roll again. It
I
takes
got
like 6
2
seconds
successes
before you roll
on
again.
Entropy Prime site.
Yep, basically you see the exact same thing I described to Bishop. There are 2 strands of fate that are weaving them. Basically, Darcy's fate is being crushed out of existence by this other fate wheel. It's basically being choked.
So I have a dumb idea. It's really, really dumb. Maybe we should disrupt her brainwaves and her heartbeat.
How long has she
But no. Listen, if you're technically dead,
Whoa. Vinny, what did you say? Because you spoke first.
How long has she not been breathing for, by the way?
About a solid minute and a half.
Okay. Kit, having, kind of, because she did the thing that she didn't realize would do the other thing, she's just going to take Darcy's cheeks and take a deep breath and then put her mouth to Darcy's and blow into her mouth.
This is so immensely fucked up, Vinny. Her lips are pursed so tightly closed, you cannot actually get air in. There is another idea.
Over her nose, then. I'll put my mouth over her nose. Mouth to snout.
Hey, Saskia, welcome to having some air. Life is slightly less imminently death.
Yay!
And I will continue to do this about once every 7 seconds or so.
Okay. You guys will start to see basically black blood starts to fall from wounds that now start to appear in the mortal world on her arms and legs, dripping onto the ground. And as it drips onto the ground, it starts to sizzle.
Can we make some sort of esoterica or cosmology or something check to know what the hell's going on?
Yeah, I'll do that as well.
Yep, you can make an intelligence esoteric roll if you'd like.
What is my esoteric specialty?
It is going to be difficulty 8 and require a threshold of 3 successes.
Oh god, can the third stop freaking out so I can actually look at my page?
Does book learning count?
Oddly enough, Darcy, it doesn't hurt.
Oh, that's
You don't
nice.
have anything really.
Okay. And I probably don't see what's happening either, so I'm good. I'm good. You know, besides choking. But hey.
I got you, boo.
Uh-huh. Yay.
By the way, how bad does this black blood taste?
Do you
You
taste
said it
it?
was coming out of her nose.
Oh shit, it is, isn't it? Take a point of ag damage to the tongue. That's how bad it tastes.
Aye.
What did I see with crime site?
The blood is charged with incredibly powerful prime energy, but it's really sickly, corrupted-looking prime energy.
Anything? Okay. What about these hooks? What about these hooks and like?
The hooks themselves are a spiritual construct.
Okay, so just ephemera, no prime there. Okay.
Oh shit! Can they be attacked with prime magic? I mean, spirit attacks.
Yep.
Cool.
All right. I'm gonna do something.
I will add martial art at something. Give me a moment.
Yeah. I don't know what to do. Can I? I think I'll take a point of paradox to invoke the stamina of my familiar to be able to soak, or at least attempt to soak some of this damage. But I will do it right up to the point where I am basically spitting teeth and whatnot from having my mouth nearly burnt off with 6 ag, just trying to keep her supplied with air.
Okay. For the record, on the ground, as the blood starts to flow, it starts to swirl and spiral.
Okay.
No bueno, guys. Anybody got? I have a water bottle.
For the record, the way I would describe this to you, Marcus, is it's essentially not open. A portal is the wrong word. It's almost like it's ripping a wound open.
Well, I can't raise the gauntlet any higher.
The fucking gate!
Theodus, I don't know if he can do this with his amount of entropy, but he can alter minor events, and this directly correlates to the fate he's witnessing. Would he be able to use his entropy to alter one of the words being written on them?
That's nice.
What do you want to change it to?
He wants to target, from what he can see, he sees yawning wide, the pit opens, come hither willingly offered. He wants to change the word opens to closes, as he's trying to gamble that whatever force is doing this will not continue if it does not reach the conclusion that they desire.
Okay, that is a very, very fair guess. You may attempt to do so. What level of entropy do you have?
Only 2.
It will require a grand total of 8 successes on an extended arete roll.
Okay, he's going to start doing that, and he will actually start repeating the words in Enochian. So he will be yawning wide. The pit closes. Come hither, willingly offered.
So, is Duncan aware that he's doing that?
Yes.
Oh, he's speaking this out loud.
Oh, good. He listens and he goes, "And may the luck that is owed to me be bestowed upon you at least once."
All right, you now have the lucky merit at least once.
Awesome. I'm gonna. Oh god, I need to keep track of my willpower better. I'm not sure how many I actually have.
For the record, if anyone would like to make me a perception alertness roll, they may feel free to do so.
I'm going to do
I
that
feel
real
like
quick.
I am not in a position to notice anything other than oh god.
Also, everybody,
I suppose that
I-
also does not include me.
Duncan did scream what he screamed in side chat.
Hmm.
So I got 3 successes on that esoterica check, but I never knew what it got me. I also got
Oh,
2
you never-
successes on that. Perception.
Basically, essentially, what's happening from the esoteric knowledge that you've gathered or that you know is Darcy is indeed being used as a sacrifice in order to summon something very nasty.
God, it would be really nice if this one didn't constantly crash.
For the record, the perception alertness check is difficulty 6, so feel free.
Hey, Evan, are we inside the bar?
No,
Oh god.
Sorry, was it perception alertness, or perception esoterica?
perception alertness.
I need to roll an extra dice. I get 2 successes.
Cool. It only requires the threshold of 1 success because he's not being subtle at all.
I have matter too. I
Oh.
am scientifically minded. My character is scientifically minded. She knows how to combine water with acid to neutralize the acid.
Okay.
Could I perhaps do that so that, when we touch her, we're not being burned?
That is an excellent point. Yes, you could. You could basically start to convert you would have to be constantly doing this, or rather, you can make a long enough effect. But you could essentially convert the blood that's being pumped into poor old Vinny from being highly acidic to not.
Yes.
Should I be
I
making
sense
stoke
it. Well,
rolls,
thank you.
by the way?
Hmm?
Should I be making stoke rolls at this point?
Yes.
Okay.
Can I make an intelligence science roll to lower my difficulty?
Yes. On a side note, if you succeed in the alertness check, you see this gentleman sitting cross-legged on a car writing in a book.
Asshead.
Okay, I'm going to. What's the difficulty of my entropy check? Because it's
2 successes, 4 if book learning counts.
Yep, that'll lower the difficulty from. It is also vulgar, remember. It'll lower the difficulty from. Second, so it's difficulty 4 plus 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7. Because it's a fast cast, so it'll go down to 5. So yeah, your science lowers the difficulty from 7 to 5.
Okay.
And so bravely the heroes struggle to save the damned. How enchanting.
what's the
Gonna
difficulty of
spit
my
one of
roll?
these black loogies in his general direction.
And then it was a gust of wind brought it traveling right back to her face. You, for the record, it doesn't do any damage, Kip, but it does fly right back in your face.
Kit's just like, I call bullshit between the breaths.
It's
That's not even
Kit's
dealing
face.
directly with her.
I am also going to use water, as it is a connection with the elements, as I pour it over Darcy's head.
Can I make? I just need to know the difficulty of my entropy roll first, because I don't actually know what the diff is.
For the record, you guys are doing a lot of things at once, so do bear with me.
Yeah.
Your entropy roll is difficulty. This is one of the very few times an entropy effect is vulgar.
Yes.
But it is difficulty. So that's going to be difficulty 5, 6, 7. It's difficulty 7 base.
7 base, invoking God knows how much. Let's see. I have to look up these stupid rules that I can never find. Where is the modifiers? They're here somewhere. I'm invoking. Let's see, because I'm invoking at least one of my instruments. I'm using languages and voice.
That's fine. -1.
Okay, so hits 6.
Mm-hmm.
Does the fact that I'm speaking in Enochian help in any way?
Does the fact that what's her?
That I'm speaking in the language of the
It's just your focus.
Well,
It's just the
actually,
focus.
unless it's an unless it's an esoteric specialty.
Well, it's not. So
Okay.
that's the reason why you take esoteric as a specialty as well as a language. But yeah, no, it doesn't.
I'll spend the quintessence for this first roll. I'll spend the willpower as well because I want to get a good start, and I do get a good start of 3 successes.
Okay, you only require 5 more. Bear in mind, the difficulty will go up cumulatively after each roll after the first.
Oh, I should have saved my willpower.
I've got 6 successes total. Let me know when I can
You
have
can
this
stop.
over.
You can put the 2 effects into success, the rest into duration. Kit, you no longer take ag damage from basically breathing down to basically enable to help you breathe as the blood is no longer acidic.
Okay. Minnie,
Yes.
can you take over, please?
Yes.
And she's going to turn to the guy with the book.
He continues writing. He doesn't seem fazed by your presence.
I have a bone to pick with you.
Your ignorance is your own.
Hey, Evan. I hate to point out that I'm a living fetish, but I'm a living fetish, so I'm gonna try and break one of the strands with my hands.
Okay. You're gonna throw hands. You're gonna throw hands at the meat hooks.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's yeah. I mean, I don't mention it often.
Okay. You want to throw some hands? Roll your Dex Brawl or Dex Martial Arts in this case to beat up one of the chains. You can do it, Theodis. We believe in you. For the love of God, don't botch. You'd get really sad if you did.
This is why I'm spending willpower.
By the way,
got-
remember how many rolls you've done, because that's how many paradox you've gained so far.
I've only made 2 rolls,
Hooray!
so I'm still good. I'm not. It's not. I haven't. I've gotten. I remember I had 3 paradox at one point, but that was like several years ago.
I got 9 successes.
Okay. Roll me your damage.
I'm about to do something real stupid.
For the record, who got the successes on the Esoterica?
Minnie.
Also me.
Hi, Minnie. Okay. You know something that's really important. None of this makes... He's literally just doing all this for show. None of this makes any difference.
Does keeping Darcy alive make a difference?
Basically, Darcy is because of the fact that he is stated she is a willing sacrifice. He is just doing all of this for show. What is going to happen is a question is going to be posed to Darcy, and she will have to say yes or no. As long as she has free will, that should be no problem, right?
Oh.
But sorry, just to continue on, Theodis, I think you've succeeded, haven't you?
Oh, I need 2 more successes.
Okay, please continue.
She's gonna be
I
like
get it.
the head exploding thing. Change it to unwilling.
Basically, what happens is you see that the symbol gets an odd twist in it as the chain makes a spelling mistake. As it does so, though, you will see the figure very casually points at Darcy with his finger. And Darcy, from what you guys can see in the spiritual world, has a knife in her hand on the other side to the gauntlet. As he continues to write, she reaches down and starts carving into her own flesh, correcting the grammar.
Evan?
Mm-hmm.
There are going to be many times in the future of the run of my time in Mage where I'm going to regret this.
Excellent. I love that statement.
So aside from like the full-on manifestation, because we're still out in the street, I'm bringing to bear everything I can, with the exception of like the full like form, size, and whatnot. And I'm gonna try and at least maybe stop him from riding with throwing hands at him.
Okay, how badly are you throwing hands at him?
Oh God.
From what you can see, he's sitting cross-legged on the top of a car.
She'd probably be going for where am I in martial arts? She'd be probably throwing hands full on with death strikes.
All right. So basically, what you guys see, and this is pretty interesting, is because none of you have correspondence side up at the moment. I have clarified this. What you see is Kit launches herself into the air with an almost preternatural grace, because there is so much strength and so much dexterity there that it almost looks like a lion pouncing on a gazelle. And she shatters the roof of the car, just bringing it all down, as the entity just flickers and is not, in fact, physically there.
But I kicked the shit out of the car, right?
You kick the absolute that car is gone. Somebody had a Toyota Yaris. Somebody doesn't have a Toyota anymore.
I have an idea. I'm gonna use Spirit 2 to call out to a spirit. Specifically an ally Darcy and I have in common.
Ooh.
Yes, I will be using my Mark of Favor as a thing.
Okay.
2d10. And of course, the spirit message is going to be, hey, Darcy needs your help. SOS.
Okay.
And so that's Spirit 2. Starts at difficulty 5, correct?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using the Mark of Favor to lower the difficulty by 1, I'm assuming?
Yes, I will let you use that as a focus. Actually, no, I'll lower that by 2 because it's essentially a very personalized focus because it's your Mark of Favor.
Alrighty, that gives it 3. And I'm spinning another willpower. I'm getting kind of low. 3 successes!
Okay, the signal does indeed boo outwards. We're now going to switch to something. Hey, Darcy, how's it going? It's going good. I like to think it's going good.
I mean, I don't think she has much say in how it's going, so it's going.
It's going.
It's going.
You
I
know
don't know
what
where it's going, but somewhere it's going.
You know what would have been great? What would have been real great? If you hadn't, had your book thrown away, maybe.
Oh, gee. No shit, Sherlock.
So, Darcy, you are standing in an all-black surrounding. As you see a crack, a fissure open in the ground, you hear screaming and roiling coming from inside the crack before this figure drags itself out.
Oh, great. Suit up.
So, you're the one that was found for me. Pretty. Very pretty.
Can I speak? Can I do anything?
Here, you can speak.
Okay.
You can move, you can scream.
Okay. She's gonna move back and she's gonna be like, stay the fuck away from me. I don't know what you are, but you're fucking ugly.
You don't understand, my dear. Very shortly, as a matter of fact, in the very grandiose style of when the clock strikes midnight, I am going to become you.
Hell no.
Oh, it's so charming. Look at your little friends. They're scrabbling. Look at how they move, like insects. They're trying to save you. They don't know that you've already signed it all away.
I have not signed anything, nor will I.
Oh,
Stay the
really?
fuck away from me.
Oh my. So proud. So proud. That's always been the way of you. You things that scurry and scuttle across the face of what it is we have made. So hubristic. But needless to say, I've had enough time in hell. Now, I'm thinking about stretching my legs, and yours do look, well, I'm not going to say that I like the choice of shoes, but say la vie.
Hey, those shoes were fucking expensive, okay? You better like them. But you'll not be able to walk a mile in them.
We'll see. Only a couple more minutes to go, dear. He walks up and he kisses Darcy he kisses her on the forehead, and it's like,
She'll like him.
ugh. Okay. He smiles. Your teeth can't penetrate his skin.
Doesn't care. She still do it.
Okay. We flick back outside. Hi, kids. How's it going? Duncan, you managed to toke one of the claws. It shatters.
Cool.
There's almost like a sound of like roiling scream as you do so, as you become aware that the claw itself was made, or the hook itself was made of soul matter. So,
I got a whole lot of not give a fuck. So if I can attack another one, I will. If not, I'll wait for someone else to do something.
what else is other people doing? Vinny is taking out his frustration on the car. That poor Toyota Yaris didn't know what hit it.
She after kind of like, I'm guessing, folding it in half, she's just kind of stepped back, and she's just like now being like, "You're a dick," to Asmodeus, like, "You're a dick. You're straight up dick. Nobody likes you. This is why nobody likes you."
As the only thing that immediately goes through Kit's head is that's not actually technically true. He's the coolest god in D&D, but that's neither here nor there.
In Pathfinder,
yeah, he kind of is. What's the name of the empire that his clerics rule in Pathfinder? Yeah, good old Shellyax. All right, so Minnie, you feel a weight on your shoulders.
Okay, you gotta change it to unwilling. It's right there. And she points at the word.
No, what?
Change it!
Why?
Change it now!
What? Divine hyperventilating. That was a thing. But for the record, those of you who are unfamiliar with him see an anthropomorphic monkey hop off Minnie's shoulders. Hello, all. So,
Goku,
what
do you
Due
think?
to like kind of part of this tug of war of Asmodeus over here.
But hang on. It's fine. Oh, I don't know you. For the record, he seems like really calm as he walks over to Cassie. He's like, hello.
Hello.
I'm Sun Wukong. It's nice to meet you.
Cassidy, but I prefer Muse.
Shake the tail. His tail just comes around the side of his body where his hand would be.
Cassidy would shake the tail.
Excellent.
Oh my god, you attention deficit disorder simian. Can you focus?
What do you want me to do? Darcy just has to say no. It's really simple.
Wait, no, she can't. It's her book.
What about her book?
Somebody has it.
There's that wonderful moment of,
Asmodeus has her book.
Yeah,
I'd cry about that too.
You can actually see the moment where it's really interesting. He walks over to the totaled Toyota Yaris and just kind of puts his head against it, just like, you've got to be shitting me.
That's kind of what a number of us said.
No, unfortunately, I don't have the capacity to affect you in that fashion.
I mean, you're pretty, but I'm pretty sure I would rip you in two, but that's neither here nor there.
I mean, I don't disagree. I'm just saying.
And we thus confirmed Theodis is bisexual. Thank you, Euther. But what do you want me to do? I can't do anything. This is fate. I don't do fate.
Well, if we just get the book back, then
Yeah. So basically, what you're saying is, oh, great Monkey King, great little sage under heaven, great this, that, and the other. Go and fight a demon lord of hell for somebody's fate.
Well,
Question, then, do you happen to know Anasi?
Yeah, sure. We go drinking on a semi-regular basis.
I mean, you don't have to be like that, but it's a legitimate question.
No. We really go drinking on a semi-regular basis.
Oh, okay. Well, nice. Can she help in this situation?
That depends. I don't. Basically,
She's gonna put both of her hands on Wukong's shoulders and just kind of like, she doesn't shake him, but she just kind of puts her forehead to his. I know you're probably a bit flustered. We're all kind of in strung out shape right now, trying to figure out how to stop whatever's happening over here. I and Minnie have been breathing air into her nose so she doesn't suffocate.
I have an idea, but it'd make the problem a whole lot worse, and we'll need the Monkey King to save us all.
Okay, all right. We're gonna get to that in just 2 seconds. As for Anasi, well, she keeps some of your books. She doesn't keep all of them. I know that some of you are with someone else. Like for example, she doesn't have Minnie's book, but that's neither here nor there.
Wait, what?
She doesn't have your book. Another one of the Writers of Fate has your book. There are several of them. It's like a franchise gig.
wait, what if two books contradicted each other?
They don't. You misunderstand. They write fate. They all write the same thing. Well, they write the fate for each individual within the book and their story therein.
But what
So
if
at the moment, Theodis Crane, there was somebody writing your story. There was also somebody writing Minnie's story. There was someone writing Cassidy's story. There was someone writing Kit's story.
I didn't
They
care
all-
anyone writing mine.
Anasi's writes mine.
Yes, she does. But she only has power as long as she possesses the book.
But
The book
Okay.
destroyed doesn't die.
would it be possible for our fates to be written as such that we were able to prevent Darcy's much darker fate?
Whoa. You can't have your author change your book. Like, they can, but that's like the biggest no-no.
That's what
So
happened.
what-
Every
is
other
it
seems
for
to
me?
be willing to wheel and deal around here.
Oh, is that all then?
So, what's your idea that might get y'all killed?
Call a quorum of fate. He's not the first person that's got her fighting charge is supposed to be. It's been all timey-wimey messed with.
There's
But
got
that
to
would-
be someone out there that oversees this sort of thing. Someone that we can try to appeal to.
Can I make that esoterica roll real quick, by the way, as well?
Which one?
The one about the whole show.
Yes, by all means.
I'm very good at esoterica. I should have rolled that sooner, but I was busy making a lot of other rolls. I forgot. Let's see. My esoterica specialty is actually high ritual.
This constitutes a high ritual.
Okay, I get well, I finally got 2 10s, so I get 3 successes.
Yeah, basically, as I've said, that this is essentially a ritual to summon something. By the looks of it, it should be completed at midnight. All of this is all just window dressing. At midnight, Darcy will be asked a yes or no question. The ritual will be basically completed or destroyed based on her answering of the question.
Okay, which wouldn't be a problem if she had free will. So, but in free, all that constitutes is that if somebody made her answer in a different way, doesn't necessarily matter how that answer is changed.
Basically, the idea is that free will is a concept. From the point of view of the lock, it doesn't matter how the key is turned. It matters that it is the key. So free will, essentially, because of how the books work as they relate to the person, she is fated to say what is in the book. So if she says yes in the book, that is her of her own free will saying yes. It's a technical loophole.
So, hypothetical question here. What if the sacrifice wasn't able to be made because Darcy wasn't alive for a bit?
That's what I said. Right at midnight, we stop our heart for a whole minute. You can go 3 whole minutes without your heart beating and your brain dying. Without
That's not how. No, that's not how it works. Essentially, if that's fine and dandy, but she would have to be dead, dead, dead.
Well, Siren was dead, and we managed to get him back.
That
Yeah,
took
and you had
love.
and you had to use one of the most powerful magical forces known to man.
So all
If you could
So
just
all that matters is the one word. The one word that matters in that book, and that's either yes or no written in the book, yes?
Mm-hmm.
So we changed the word in the book.
But we don't have the book.
there's a much simpler way to do this, but it's much harder at the same time.
You want me to call a quorum of fate?
Oh, aye.
Oh, no.
Because
tell you
right now
what.
she has free will.
Wukong, if you facilitate this, I will give you a no holds bar, full on everything I got.
I'm going to stop you right there. I am not a being who works for favors, deals, or other things like that. I work for the nobility of self, so don't cheapen me.
I wasn't gonna cheapen you. I was just gonna,
I don't work for blackmail, and I don't work for bribes. Thank you.
There's got to be some way we can succeed.
Oh, God. That means I'd have to talk to him.
Is there a
To who?
is there a way we can do this without consulting that figure? There has to be a way.
Talk to who?
I assume AP.
He has many names. But yeah.
There has to be another way forward. There has to be. We're just not seeing it.
There's no way around this, isn't it? Because
If I had the capacity to see the book, maybe I could alter it. The word. I wouldn't be able to. I only need to be able to alter the word. I think I can do that. I just did. I just altered part of that ritual. I think I may be able to alter the word as it's written.
you're
But
now
I-
stepping outside yourself, son.
Pardon?
You're now stepping outside yourself, son.
Well, I don't exactly have a long list of options.
Well, oh, aye, you do. Just think the universe is set up a certain way, and there's a way things work. There's paperwork to be filed and all that. You see the lands of the dead.
Well, say that to Asmodeus.
right. And here's the other thing too. What are we gonna have to offer to be able to stop this?
Well, it's not. That's the way. That's why we're doing this, because we're not given anything. It's what you're supposed to do.
And if they rule that Darcy dies?
Well, it's kind of how things roll.
Oh, fuck that.
I
I don't care how things rule. I'm Mage. The entire point of my existence is to do the impossible.
It's
so
really
you
not
can
how
do
it
the
works.
impossible
Okay.
then, Theodis.
For the record, Cassidy, do you make a certain plea or call out?
Yes.
Okay. Cracks knuckles. We're all in for this now, kids.
Oh god, we're all strapped in. We're already going up the hill. We can't get off the ride, guys.
Nope. And things are about to get real weird.
So, Cassidy, hi kids, how's it going? We're all going on a field trip.
No, I'm not.
Even you are. So, Cassidy, you will hear a very how would I describe it? Tired. I'm going to describe it as tired voice say, and you vouch for them.
Yes, I do.
Why?
Because if Siren trusts them, then so do I.
Very well then. You simply hear someone say, drifting off away from you, almost like it's leaving, as it were. You simply hear, very well then, the way is open. At which point, hi guys, how's everyone doing? We all doing good. Everyone feels like, for the record, my god, I never thought I'd actually have to have this NPC interact with people.
Hooray.
Love you.
He fucking hates people. You feel yourselves. Beg your pardon?
This is going to be like, hello there, huge fan.
You feel yourselves falling, everyone, including Darcy. You see all of Darcy's spiritual wounds immediately close and heal. It is instantaneous. They are shattered apart. And you are falling for a few moments before your eyes open again, and you are surrounded on all sides by beautiful flowers. Flowers that stretch as far, practically, as the eye can see. I'm going to put up a picture of what this particular area of the garden looks like, because I think it looks pretty. You are surrounded on all sides by flowers. Any ailments that you have are immediately healed. Any willpower you have lost is immediately regained.
Does that include mental ailments?
Temporarily, yes.
Yay! That's better.
Sorry, give me just a moment. For some reason, it's not letting me do my thing. Give me just 2 secs. Yeah, that's right. Cool. There you go. I think it's pretty.
Very
You are surrounded on all sides by a beautiful garden. You feel safe.
Can Darcy
Ahead of you,
talk now?
ahead of you all, there is a huge oak tree. This oak tree extends 100 stories high and is so wide that you cannot see around its trunk from left to right. It almost appears to be holding up the purple sky above you as thousands of unknown stars burn in a brilliant pinpricks of light. For those of you who have been to a Horizon realm before, that is exactly where you are. For those of you who have not, you're not sure. But that is where you find yourselves.
Would Cassidy have been here before?
Yes.
Okay.
This is his home. He calls it Kalhaya, or the Eternal Garden. But Darcy, you have free locomotion.
Yay!
So, yeah, welcome to Kalhaya.
Rainy.
Should I be here?
Darcy.
Shut up, you! You hear your grand say. Be respectful!
Wait, what?
Marcus's grandmother said to shut up and be respectful.
Can I hear her?
Here, yes, and you can all kind of perceive her when she talks, as a very strict woman standing behind him with her arms folded over her breastplated chest. She's really pretty. But, yeah.
I mean, be respectful. Fine. Darcy will kneel. You know?
You guys notice, hey, Darcy has locomotion again.
Yay!
She wasn't talking to you, gobshit.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
You! She's just gonna grab Darcy up. Oh, God.
What? Okay, look, I don't know what's happening, but I don't, like, wherever now, wherever we are now, I don't care. I don't care. It's good to do. If anything like stop this ritual,
Wow. Hang on, Saskia, shut up.
sorry.
Hang on. Whoa. Oh. Oh my
Microphone,
God,
I
sorry, that
think.
nearly deafened me. Huh?
I think it was the microphone.
Yeah,
Yeah,
there was something
she's
that
gotta
went
reset it.
wacky with your microphone, Saskia, but it was deafening me. So try again. Unmute yourself and try again. Sorry, I muted you due to my ears. Saskia.
I'm sorry. I noticed halfway in. I'm so sorry.
It's quite fine. Don't worry about it. It's not the first time I've always been deafened.
My
Uh,
kid does it quite frequently.
For the record, I will point out, Saskia, you have no memory of what's happened. The last thing you remember is walking to the Green Dragon.
I mean, I also don't remember the big demon guy walking up to me, talking to me.
Oh, yeah, you also remember that. My apologies.
Okay,
I'm going to leave
so
this role play for like 2 minutes because I'm going to go get a drink.
she's gonna turn to basically everyone, and she's just gonna say, "Okay, I don't know what's happening, but there's this big guy, very ugly, big wings, came crawling out of a hole. He says that he's gonna occupy me. I don't care what's happening. Fuck, kill me if necessary, because I was supposed to be dead already. But don't let that happen, please. If I need to kill myself, that's fine too. But please don't let that happen to me."
We're working on it. I think that's why we're here.
Just
Yeah,
saying, if the option is
I
between
will
me
point out
dying and
hang on. Really important before I leave. Cassidy, one rule. There are a couple of rules of Kalhaya. One of them is you never discuss death here.
oh, well, Darcy doesn't know that.
Darcy, no, stop.
What?
You cannot discuss that here.
Oh,
Oh.
I'm full.
Okay, fine, but yeah,
The B word is foreboding.
okay,
Are there like
okay.
flowers dying at my feet?
There are flowers everywhere.
I mean, am I allowed to say stop it at all cost?
just
Shady. Okay, I will not say
do the
anything.
thing. Really don't, please. We're
I'm not
trying
saying
really
anything.
hard.
Oh,
Can we not anger my mentor, please?
I am not trying to anger anyone anymore. Trust me, that's never been my intention.
Oh no, but you've got natural talent.
I
Okay,
guess
Darcy.
so.
It's okay, Darcy. Breathe. In and out. In.
Yeah,
out.
I'm fine. I'm fine.
Are you
Called
sure?
on him
Because
'cause I thought
I've literally seen you go ugly cry.
I am not ugly crying.
Okay.
By the way, what's that thing about you touching me? That never happened.
You just kind of apparently forgot about it when it happened last
A lot of
time.
things happened. It's fine. We can elaborate when we're maybe not here. Are there any other rules we need to be aware of while we're here, for the sake of posterity and other words?
in character Cassidy knows that there are rules. Out of character, I don't know what the fuck they are.
Okay. Well, I presume you tell
Other
them.
than, no discussing death.
Okay,
Yes,
well, we got the
Cassidy
time.
would, tell the group what she knows, because out of character, I have no freaking clue.
Well, we
I
got
will
the
let
time.
Evan,
Essentially, Darcy, the last time. So you were talking about like the whole thing that gives you life and you can give life to others, and I was like, oh, cool. Can we take each other's hands? And then when we took each other's hands, my hands started to melt. You kind of really started to freak out.
Okay.
Tried to get you to come back, but you just kept going down that water slide, and
Okay.
so I tried to tried to snap you back, or at least out of that funk, and I think it was just a little bit more than you can handle.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know what's happening right now. I feel fine, but I know ever since I became one of us. Well, no, that's not actually true. Okay, you guys know Hope, right?
Yes.
And
So
you guys know that there's been some shit with Hope, but you got attacked, and I was there, and I sort of, kind of tried to help. And ever since then, I've been feeling really shitty, and uh, it's sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's less worse. But that's sort of where all this stuff comes from. I just get my head just goes to a bad place, and I don't know how to funk out of that. So
Okay.
that.
Well, I gotta say, if this is normal you, and this is
Sort of.
something we can get you back to, I'm willing to help you with that. Because normal you is pretty calm, collected, and
I mean,
you're all right.
we got $5. She starts crying again next 5 minutes.
I am an ecstatic. Emotions is what I do, and usually I'm a rather cheerful person. I like to see the positive side of things, but it's been
The last 3
positive
times I've
side of
seen you collapsed and started crying every single time.
yeah. It's been difficult to see the positive side of myself for a very long time now.
So you're always willing to see the positive side of things.
I mean,
For
I'm
the
trying to.
I'm just going to point out.
So
You look off into the distance. You will see a huge herd of absolutely massive, 15 to 16 foot tall elk roaming through the flowers. For the record, these are what we're called these are extinct ancient Irish elk. They've been extinct since around give or take the last 2 or 3 thousand years. But they're very pretty.
can't help
And they're
herself but to lick her lips.
They're gorgeous. Look at that. Wow.
Where's me
I mean,
bow?
Yeah,
you know
they look
what?
good.
You dare.
Well, I'm not gonna.
Whatever's gonna happen, it's nice to have been here. Okay, just gonna say that.
There
That's
you go.
fine,
There's
right?
the optimist
You
in
know,
you.
that doesn't make any sense. I see death all the time. It's the only way I
Uh,
can see. Sorry.
Mhm.
How are you not? Why are you so negative?
Don't talk about that word. Big rule. Yes.
If 2 of us was, I mean, of the 2 of us, I'm the one that should be the one that's all dark and slimy.
I got a quick question.
Mhm.
Cassidy explained the rules to us, but she didn't know them on an out of character level. What's the rules?
The rules of Kalhaya are as follows. My apologies. I was eating. Whatever you cannot mention death or the ending within this place. It is, as was said, verboten. Whatever you take in, you must leave with. You cannot leave anything else. You cannot leave anything here. You must at all times address the keeper of this place as the keeper, even if he at one point may have held another name or title. And asking him about himself is also verboten. If he
God damn it,
chooses
though.
to speak on the topic, he may. Continue.
Is this part of Celtic folklore or whatever? My
Yes.
character said? Okay. He's like, there we go. Idiot.
So,
Are there like blackening flowers at my feet because of me?
No, not here.
I mean, out of
Why are we
character
here?
level, what's the over under on these elk?
sorry.
We're here for a chance.
We're here because I thought the keeper could possibly help.
Okay. Chances are good. And
Why are we here? My goodness gracious.
hey, I don't know what really happened just now, okay? So, like I said, chances are good. If anything, I like life, you know?
One of the elk breaks away from the pack. He is by far the largest. His antlers are so impressive. He will walk. He trots over. And he stops. Before it almost looks like he bows at Cassidy's feet, kind of puts his head really low. It almost looks like he's bowing.
You know, buddy, I know what you're thinking, and I'm thinking it too, and we really shouldn't.
Cassidy would return the bow.
He then,
Okay,
he,
buddy.
he then presses his muzzle to you for pets.
And she would pet him.
He then kneels down on the ground next to Cassidy. Intimating, you want upsies?
She does want upsies.
The
Really?
elf will...
Nothing. He said, really.
The elf will pick up Cassidy and will proceed to walk off with her.
Oh, we should follow.
I mean, should we? Are we not interfering in something then at that point?
She brought us here, I'm guessing, to speak on your behalf. I think it'd be rude if we're not at least present.
None of us else, none of the rest of us know where we are or what we're doing. Let's follow her.
Let's keep a safe distance. I don't want to intrude.
Also, Darcy, the entire time you guys have been here, Minnie has not stopped holding your hand.
I mean,
She was
that's
really
cool.
scared.
I mean,
As,
she's not the only one.
as we begin to move on, Kit will kind of linger back with Darcy and just kind of lean over and whisper into her ear, "If something needs doing, I've got your back."
Well, you know what I just said before I knew it was
I
forbidden.
know. But if you need something, and everybody has to hate someone for doing it,
I mean, right now a mojito would be really nice. Really nice.
Wait a second. Wait, shouldn't I do that? Everybody already hates me.
as much as I hate to say it, though, you have a lot more potential than I do.
Let's just, not talk about that right now, and let's just keep on focusing on the good stuff for now. It's good to focus on the good stuff.
We're in the magic land of flowers and great big giant elk. There's nothing inside here.
Exactly, good stuff. It's nice here. It's beautiful. Enjoy it. I'm trying to.
Flowers and tasty, tasty elk.
Okay, Fetus is checking out. And
If you do anything stupid, I'm going to kiss you really hard.
It'll take about 10, 15 minutes worth of walking, but you will find yourself at this pool. It's also
That's
pleasant.
gorgeous.
And you will see seated or standing in the middle of the pool, basically standing upright on the water's surface, you will see this individual.
Oh, shit. It's the keeper.
I mean,
Minnie squeezes Darcy's hand. Oh,
Darcy will show respect and bow because, makes sense. That would work with, the figure of the Jade, so might as well work here.
Fetus has an etiquette thought, so I suppose he will follow social procedures.
You see him turn, and as he does so, a rock raises from the bottom of the pool that he steps onto. And as he takes each step, another rock will rise to the top, so he doesn't actually have to put his feet to water.
Minnie is also going to do a polite bow.
To answer your question, the only way to find out is to hug him.
Very true.
Do you hug him?
She would bow first and then hug him.
He doesn't hug back, but he is not, repulsed by the action. You see the two lanterns that he is pictured with hang from his belt, for the record. As he says, "So, these are what come into my realm today. Why have you brought them here? Or why have you asked that I bring them here?"
It's a bit of a mess, but Darcy's book was given up. And now it lies in the hands of Asmodeus.
I have seen all of you. I know all of you, though perhaps you do not know me. He will walk down the line of you, and he will say, some of you I have met, though you did not know it was my face, and others I knew a very long time ago. You, Duncan Campbell,
Aye, sir.
you have the blood of a very old line, a line that I knew when I still walked the earth. They were noble warriors then. I wonder how they still.
Depends on how much we're drinking and whether or not there's gambling involved.
And is the heart of the clan Campbell still as strong as it ever was?
Oh, aye, sir.
Good.
The mortal descendants of Scatha have not forgotten our charge.
No. There was a time, a very long time ago. But that is neither here nor there. Maybe you and I will speak of it again. If you would be interested in the conversation.
You make the time, sir. I'll make the time. And we'll have a nice bit of drink.
You always seek to know everything, Theodis Crane. It is an interesting, how would I phrase it? Obsession.
It is. Although I'm not dissatisfied with it.
A thirst for what is to be known is a noble pursuit, provided it does not rule you. I have seen far too many good men who, out of their quest for knowledge, corrupted their ideals, only to find themselves losing what it is that they valued most.
Makes sense. Knowledge, like all things, comes with a price, and for some that is too high. Sometimes it costs them themselves. Ironically, he won't interrupt the keeper.
No, he was just saying, I agree.
Ironically, to lose oneself to knowledge makes it meaningless.
As he walks by Kit, he won't actually address Kit. He will just say, no, you can't eat my elk. Just literally walking by, no, you can't eat my elk.
Not today, half Satan.
It's just a palpable, just a small audible, like, oh.
For the record, there are also these gigantic, juicy-looking fish in his pond. You're like,
Anything to eat here?
Have a mushroom. But just get it. He will walk to Minnie and he will say, and you who seek gems that look like starlight, I can approve of this.
She'll hold up her necklace, and it has a whole bunch of them. There are a lot of round discs that looks like you can look through them.
He reaches upwards, and you guys will see in that wonderful way of perspective as it does. He reaches up and he appears to grasp at the sky before he closes his hand around something and he pulls it down. And when he opens it, he has a small gemstone and a star is missing. And he will hold out his hand for Minnie.
Minnie will hold out her hand.
He will drop the stone into it.
So Minnie's just got the biggest eyes right now, but she's still holding Darcy's hand.
And as for you, Miss Ellsworth, you who found a ragged boy and gave him home and succor, you who met the forgotten son and told him that he was wrong, you have seen my work, my magic. However, you do not know it was mine. You have seen my legacy, though you do not know that it belongs to me. And yet now you come to me and ask of me sanctuary, favor, but it is something I cannot grant you. I cannot grant you what it is you seek.
I understand. I'm sorry.
Why?
I guess all of us are growing, and I just grew into the wrong direction, and now
No.
the rest of them
He,
has to suffer for it.
he will raise a hand to silence you, like as in, no. You grew to doubt. You doubted yourself. You doubted those around you. You doubted your abilities and you doubted your friends. Ultimately, your sin is the fact that you could not see the value in what had value. And now, unfortunately, the ultimate price is being paid.
If that is what I have to do, then so be it. I don't like it, but that's what it is. But is there a way that at least if I would no longer be here, I don't want to leave the rest with my mess, with what my doubt has brought me and everyone else. If I can find a solution for that, I'm happy. That's all I'm asking.
Mm. Mm. It would take all of my magic and all of my skill. However, I may offer you one path.
Okay.
If those here would be willing to sacrifice something. I can write the ending to your book and place it there in the moment. The book will end, and you will end with it. But it will mean that they can no longer use it as a weapon against you, and nothing great and black need rise from the carcass that was.
Darcy will look at the others, says, I can't really ask this of you, but I will do so anyway. Would
You
you
can
be
ask it
willing
of
to help
me.
me with that? Please. I'm sorry, but
Minnie's crying.
I would really like to set this wrong right.
I want you to live.
I would like that very much too. I would love to go out on a date with you, but that's, if that's not gonna happen, then, I mean, I'm not gonna live That's just gonna be a fact. And that hurts, but that's just what it. Yeah. But I can at least not let them use me to hurt you all.
But what if there's a chance?
There has to be a path that involves you living. There has to be one.
Who are you phrasing that question to?
Just out in the open. He's thinking. He's trying to kind of muster up all of his thinking to find a path forward that doesn't involve casualties.
Not every option like that winds up in a good way.
Please.
Keeper, there must be some other way.
The keeper has kind of he appears to be contemplative. Perhaps.
Darcy, what's
What did you say, sorry, Bishop?
I was just going to ask Darcy, tell me what all that happened with Hope and that one again.
What do you want to know?
Just tell me what happened again. Something sticks out of my mind.
She was. There was this guy. I forgot his name. I know that Lottie doesn't like to hear the name.
The keeper will just say Vormus.
Yes, exactly. Thank you. Yeah, this guy called Foremost, and he did something to her mind, and she basically saw all the bad things from history, everything. And I tried to stop her, or tried to stop it.
You're only partially correct. She did not just see, she experienced.
Yeah, true. I was the one who only saw it, because I looked into her mind. I saw the same thing, but I just saw it. I wasn't part of it. She was. And I tried to show her, make her see that not all of humanity was bad, and I tried to show her all the good things that humanity could give and could do. Everything that I knew. And I tried that real hard, and ultimately it worked somewhat. And that's how she ended with Sideshow, and not in the hands of this Foremost dude.
You said there was a time that you started feeling depressed. I can't recall it. Was it after that?
Yeah, it's after that I just, I don't know, I didn't really feel like me anymore. It's like, I don't know, the positive me was sort of not there anymore. I didn't really feel like, it felt like I was just the worst human being ever.
That's not true. You're one of the best. You
I
can't
mean-
argue with me. It's not allowed.
I mean, I was gonna not totally agree, but at least agree with you. I'm not a bad person. I know that, but I know that now, and I didn't feel like it at that point.
There would
What,
need to be. Oh, sorry. Continue, Eddie.
She'll look up at the keeper. What would an ending written by mortal hands do to stop what they're trying to do?
Interesting. You assume that I'm mortal.
No, I didn't assume. I was asking if one of us were to do something to try to interrupt their access to Darcy.
Ah, now I see. You would have to
Hard to
pry the
know.
book from. You would have to pry the book from Asmodeus's hands. Darcy's is not the only book he has collected.
Well, then why her specifically?
He desires the Avatar.
To what end? Why does he want an avatar?
A single light amid an ocean of black. Because you possess the abilities to do what is seldom done, to open pathways to places most people or entities cannot go. He is contemplative in this matter. Think of faith for a moment, Master Crane. Faith birthed gods and gives gods the succor, the power that they choose to use and wield, yes? Now, imagine what would happen if an entity like Asmodeus were to they themselves control the sum total of humanity's faith. At what point would he cease to be this or that and become God?
In theory, it would allow him to supplant God.
But in order to step to that place, to go to that place, because there is, he moves his hand and he does a kind of a grand sweeping gesture. And as he does so, you see the pool of water ripple until you see a huge book. Now, this book must, it's this massive kind of, it sits on a huge pedestal, and you see it's constantly being written in dozens of different ways, hexagonally, back to front, up to back, but it's constantly being written in from all angles. Now, if this is the sum total of the stories that all of the books create, what would happen if one were to simply write there, and the world fell on their knees and knew only a single God, and his name was Asmodeus?
So he needs Darcy for her avatar.
So that he can open the door to get there. Yes.
What happens when her light goes out? Does her book become useless to him? Does he no longer have access to it?
He had intended that his brother Mephistopheles would take her body, take on that light into himself, and then use it to open the doorway. So the book would continue, but it would be a different person whom the book became.
if someone were to trying to follow the rules of your realm here, so bear with me, but to snuff out her candle, so to speak. Would it prevent him from doing what he intends to do?
With her, yes. In general, no.
Okay. If we were to do that and then find a way to bring her back,
You would disrupt the natural order.
doesn't seem to be a high priority on. And she'll kind of gesture widely to everyone except for Cassidy because she doesn't know Cassidy like that. So she doesn't want to speak for her. Not high on their list of priorities. They've already brought someone back. That they
And to do so, they forever diminish the world. Well, the magic that they used can never be recreated. And they used it for one life, when it could have done miraculous things for many. But people are selfish.
Well,
What would be the least selfish thing to do right now?
He contemplates. At which point a knife forms in his hand, just like he flicks his wrist, and a long, very, very thinly bladed knife forms in his hand. He flicks it around and he holds it out to Darcy with its hilt pointed towards her.
She'll take it.
No. That is incredibly selfish.
Really?
Yeah.
I doubt that.
all this talk of sacrifice to open up a gate, done for power, done for selfish reasons. You want to do this to prevent him from being able to carry out his plans, at least via you.
I want him to stop his plans entirely. Can I do that with this? She holds up the blade.
He will shake his head.
Is there a way for me to do so? Please.
Here in my realm, time only exists when I will it to. Here, death, and yes, he does use the D word, only exists when I will it to. That is why here, fate will not affect you because I do not will it to do so. However, once you leave here, once you step out, once you are back in the real world, or the other realms in which hope, light, and fate, as well as darkness, all intermingle, the clock will have ticked. They will continue.
I understand. But what you said earlier, if everybody would sacrifice something, we would be able to stop him entirely. Right?
Stop them entirely from using you.
I see. But not their great plan.
No. I don't interfere in the world anymore. You are only in my realm, which enables me certain leeways, but I will not act to help the world. I could smite down Mephistopheles. I could smite down Asmodeus. I choose not to.
That is your decision, and I suppose it's a wise one. Or at least a fair one.
The world long ago required heroes in order to slay monsters. It became reliant on those things. It made it so that mankind needed those to protect them against the night, and they became slaves to their own fear. For if they did not have the knight in shining armor, then they must fear the forest, they must fear the dark, they must fear tomorrow. That was an era that is now past, and humanity has very few fears left, because humanity knows that they can overcome. I will not plunge it back to its dependencies.
I always wanted to be a hero, but I guess that.
And to some people, you are. He moves his hand again as the pool flickers. You see pictures of the people who you've helped. For example, you see pictures of his real name isn't Arthur. His real name is Adam, for the record, but everyone calls him Arthur. And for the record, the watcher stops and he looks down at him, kind of like almost sentimentally for a few moments before he changes the image. And you see the pictures of others who Darcy has helped, because there are quite a lot of them. You see the entire family of the Thunder Dragon, for example, and a whole bunch of other individuals. To them, you are a hero.
That's good to know. Well, that's good. Okay. I won't let them use me. I won't let them use me. Absolutely not. I cannot.
Mm,
Did you say something, Bishop?
no, he's just musing. He's still thinking on if he could stop this.
So, thank you, Keeper, for giving me the opportunity to, at least in a way, rattle their plans somewhat. Cassidy, thank you for bringing us here and, and, yeah.
There's really no other way. Nothing that can be done.
It's fine.
There are always ways, apprentice. Nothing is ever truly set in stone. This is the way that is merely the most secured, the most assured to be successful. There may be ways for you to defeat Mephistopheles, to banish Asmodeus. There may be ways. They are, I will not use the word mortal, for that is wrong, but they can be defeated. But you would roll the dice. You would place all at risk. That is your prerogative. As I said, I don't interfere.
And minutes to midnight. I think we're running short on those.
Yeah.
As I said, here time only exists when I choose it to. You have as long as you wish here.
I have a question.
Hmm.
What other books does Asmodeus have?
There was a writer, one of the writers of fate. She was one of what the Greeks called the Fates. Asmodeus slew her and took her collection. So all in all, there are 101 writers of fate, spread across all the world, to write the fate of every living soul. He has a great number of books.
Do you know if he has any other book of a person with an avatar?
No, because you have special writers. You are heroes, after all. Of you, there are only 8 fighters.
Because
So even now, he chases one of them.
Which one?
Anansi.
there's one thing.
Didn't Douglas mention she was running from something?
Hmm. What did she want? We're going to lie this. Well, Dublin is kind of the worst place to run to if you're looking to avoid something.
Oh my god. Keeper,
Hmm.
can I come back here? Could you pull me back here? The moment he's entering me, but not in me. If I were to kill myself at that point, would I not kill him as well?
No. His spirit would maybe be banished back to the abyss. They cannot truly die in that way.
Because the thing is, if he manages to hunt down another book with an avatar in it, then you guys wouldn't know. You wouldn't know who we would be in. If he's in me, at least you guys know where he is. Maybe you
What
could
I
trap
can,
me.
what I can do, and I do this reticently, I can make it so that your mind can still exist, and he will only think that he has subsumed it.
What would happen with me then?
For brief moments, you would be able to take control.
Is there a way for you all to capture me with him inside me? That way we can stop him forever. Because he won't be able to go back, so he can't be summoned again. Because he'll be in me.
You're assuming that we can fight him, defeat him.
No, I will fight him if that moment that I am me, you guys have some trap ready. All I have to do is jump in it.
We're talking about binding one of the lords of hell.
No, he'll bind himself.
You're still not going to save your life.
Look, my life compared to the rest of the planets.
By the way, for the record, we're talking about 2 separate beings. The being that is going to take over your body is called is Faust, is also called
Yeah.
Mephistopheles. The other one who has the books is called Asmodeus.
I know.
Yeah.
Cool. Good.
Yes,
You create.
I want to eat my cake and have it too.
Well, everybody does. You'd essentially live an existence like mine.
No, you are in balance. She would merely be a pinprick amid the ocean.
But if the pinprick comes at the right time, if I would only need to activate something, I can do it. You guys will at least have one demon less to worry about. I don't see how I'm gonna be able to live through this. If my options are to use this, as she kind of holds up the knife, or to at least try and capture something along with me. What would you all do if you were in my shoes? Think about that. Would you really risk the entire world for yourself? Would any of you do that? Honestly?
I would.
You would risk the entire world just to stay alive?
I'm not a selfless man.
Valid. At least you're honest.
Depends on
When
the
I've done-
situation.
I've done stupid things before.
when I want something, I will risk much to get it. I've risked everything more than once.
Me too.
I gotta be your big guess.
Mhm.
I would do it again. I've
I can't.
noticed. I've heard a couple of stories now. Yours also comes to mind, so I asked. That there are these anomalies. Things seem to have, as has been defined to me, a certain way of working. But then I hear stories like yours where people on these very rare occasions seem to perform acts of will that should be beyond their capacity or understanding to make. Purely on the premise that they want it or believe in it hard enough. And sometimes you can't outmaneuver your foe, so you just have to hit them hard enough, even when you shouldn't be able to.
No, you're right.
And I really want that book.
I think I know how I might be able to do this. It's really simple.
If you guys are relying on wild magic, it's really not simple. But continue.
Don't ruin my ideas now, Evan.
Well, I'm not gonna just let you guys do wild magic, so continue.
We get you. If we go your route, Darcy, somehow we figure out a way in how. What is Kit's watch stopped at currently? What time?
It was about 3 minutes to midnight.
Okay. In the 3 minutes that we'd have, any of you have the ability to bind away something like Faust?
I might know a way,
find.
but I'm pretty sure I'm not strong enough. But
Realistically, to bind a spirit with Faust power, you would require an entire. I can never think of the name of a group of pages. Cabal. There you go. You'd require an entire cabal of master spirit mages,
oh yeah.
and they'd need prep time.
The
How
other
about
thing is possibly
this?
shunting you off to some place that he can't escape from.
I was
Anybody
thinking
here
that
have
as
that
well.
ability? With the exception of
Maybe.
you, Keeper, because you have a
Place like this, but then with the door closed, or is anyone very good at time magic?
If it helps, the keeper's currently feeding the elk.
I could rewind a few minutes.
Oh, a few minutes only. That's not good enough. I'm sorry. No offense.
The other thing to remember too is if we do somehow find a way to get you into a position where you're locked away. However much time you spend in there, that's you and it.
I know.
And if it manages to take full control over you or somehow convinces you to work with it,
I'm back.
If I could, this is the problem.
I hate to be the nihilist here, but I think an abrupt ending to the book and then finding a way to get her back might be the best option, and then the collective of us can go after a way to stop him from using other books.
Wait a second. Douglas still has a minute of time.
Yeah, but he's not here.
Where's Asmodeus' book?
You also act like him being here makes a difference.
Hmm.
They can leave. Time can commence. He can take action. Then.
Apologies, but what if it was so that Darcy's book was never thrown away to begin with?
Then none of this would have happened.
Well, that might be something for you guys for a later date.
Or I'm pushing the boundaries of what I can do, but if I rewound a few minutes, Asmodeus, what was going on there? I had to concentrate on trying to rewrite the wording on Darcy, but what was going on with Asmodeus? Because I saw him.
He was writing in the book, basically, from what we were informed about, trying to be a shit just for show, to, I'm guessing, probably keep us from doing anything to prevent him from his end goal.
Was he there, or was he just
No.
projecting himself?
It was just a projection. The Yaris was all that I hit.
Good.
It felt good. Sorry.
It did feel good. Fucking Yarises.
Good. Simple correspondence magic. Track him.
We don't have enough time for that.
I mean, that's why if I rewound a few minutes, his projection might have left a distortion we could follow. Or
All we would have to do is follow Darcy's link to her own book.
Right, but
I can do that.
Yes,
how
but
long would that take?
Can you follow it if he is hundreds of miles away?
And moreover,
how are you
can
gonna
we
defeat
physically stop him?
You can't.
I don't need to stop him. I just need the book. I just need to rewrite the one word in the book.
You could, in theory, physically stop him. Once again, he can be dispatched.
But I'm guessing he's on a scale closer to you than us.
I do have this. It was meant for somebody else. He opens up his right palm. There's a sigil there. If anyone speaks Enochian, it's the Enochian for unmake. This can do a tremendous amount of damage if it makes contact with somebody. It was.
How much time can you give us?
Let me check. Evan, how much time can I give people with time free?
Every 2 successes on the roll is a minute.
we would have moments. Let's say, be generous and say that we have 5 minutes. We have to get to him. We have to unmake him. That's assuming we can get close to him and he doesn't just, atomize us.
Take the book.
You're really... I think you're overestimating our chances against him.
Nah, we're humans. You know what that means? We do the impossible anyways.
We have a method of securing it so that way he can't do what he's going to do and getting her back. Douglas doesn't seem like the kind of guy who's...
I am once again amazed the flippancy that you treat the resurrection of a human life.
Well, I kind of owe it to her, okay?
You guys forget one thing. I was supposed to already be dead.
Do you still have the coin?
Yes.
Can I see it?
She'll take the coin from her purse and hand it to Minnie.
Oh, see, is this the keeper's coin?
I beg your pardon?
Out of character, is this the keeper's coin?
Define the keeper's coins.
The coin that Darcy got from not going with death
No,
accidentally.
it's a Stygian drachma, is what it's called. Basically a coin for the underworld.
Keeper, I know you're not a fan of it, but my vote is to lock Asmodeus out from what he wants to do. And we use the minute given up to us to rob him of the book ever being in his possession.
Why?
I have a better idea.
Shoot.
Use the minutes to prevent him from killing that writer.
We have been very flippant with your rules, I understand. He says to the keeper.
The keeper is petting the elk. He doesn't seem to be paying. He is how. If I don't want to roll P&E on him, you can, and it's quite obvious how he feels on certain topics.
Yeah. I will roll.
Sure, why not?
2 successes.
One second, sorry, just type something.
Oh, I see.
I have 1 success only.
I got 4 successes.
Nice. Minnie sees all.
Every single time Kit is really flippant about bringing her life back to life, it really pisses him off. It's like, that's not how this works. Stop. Just stop it.
There has to be a path forward. There has to be an order. Wait a second. I can do this. I can look at the various possibilities. Why haven't I done this?
Because you don't have time to, or fate. Wait.
Now I do.
I hate you people using fucking. Downtime isn't even over yet. No.
Did you just get undone by your own hubris, Evan?
No, I've said numerous times this shit doesn't kick in until downtime, but then Mark is just like, I'm gonna do a thing. I was like, oh. So no, not until after downtime.
No.
There you go.
that's kind of rude, letting one person do something with stuff
I
and
know.
then
It's ridiculous.
not letting the other.
Yeah, but I honestly thought Darcy would be dead by now, but you guys keep holding me up.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
No, all right, Bishop. If you want to fucking Doctor Strange it, you can Doctor fucking Strange it. Continue.
I'm going to Doctor Strange this crap. So
Cassidy is probably also sitting on the ground petting the elk.
He's delightful.
Theodis, no. Theodis doesn't have like a bag. He has like a satchel, because he doesn't like carrying big bags. He can't carry them. He's puny. He is the weakling. And no, he's going to get out. He's going to get out some. Wait a second. Yeah, he's going to get out some tarot cards, and he's going to start lining up. He'll actually say to
I would also like to put out how much I fucking hate this ability, but continue.
yes. I can see from storytelling perspective why this ability is the absolute worst. I can empathize, but no, he will say to the keeper. He will say, "Would you mind, or is this?"
He doesn't seem to care.
Okay. No, Theodis is going to start lining up tarot cards. And then he's basically going to he's literally going to basically shuffle a deck of tarot cards and then play 52 pickup.
I hate you all so much.
I'm going to, let's see, we didn't have our quintessence restored by coming here, did we?
Beg your pardon?
We didn't have our quintessence restored by coming here, did we?
No.
Okay. So this is coincidental magic using my focus. So that'll be difficulty 5 or 6.
Hang on, it's ordinarily it starts at base difficulty 3 plus 2 plus 1, so it starts at base difficulty 6.
Okay, then -1 for the use of a focus.
Eat.
Okay. He's going to make this an extended check. 2 successes. How many do you think I need? Because I will gladly take surplus successes to see as many versions. I'm going to see 14.6 million features.
I beg your pardon?
You're right, I'm Doctor Stranging the fuck out of this, I feel bad.
How many successes do you have?
Currently I only have 2.
Okay.
Oh, that goes up actually by 1 for every cumulative roll I make, doesn't it?
Yes.
Okay, so I got 3 successes.
Okay.
And now I'm going to make a third one, spend willpower. Very good. Let's make one last one because I want at least 5 successes. I'll spend 2 dice for the normal power and that's it. Okay, so he gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 successes.
I fucking hate you. Okay. So you spent 2 successes to kick off the effect, which means you see 5 alternate futures.
Okay.
Okay. There are the 4 in which Asmodeus wins.
God damn it.
keep that track going. No. Basically, if Darcy kills herself now, then essentially, if Darcy dies now, her book becomes useless. This is probably the most definite successful outcome. If Darcy basically continues to exist within her body while it's being possessed by Mephistopheles and informs you as to their movements, that, however, has the highest chance of success in defeating Asmodeus, which currently works out at about 17%. Just saying that's the highest likelihood of success. Yes. If Darcy comes back to her, basically, if Darcy comes back, then as of in a couple of days' time, you'll be welcoming the one united Church of Asmodeus. Praise be him as our new Lord and Savior. I just liked how I phrased that. Sorry. In the event that you could, in theory, Asmodeus, you actually kind of hit two birds with one stone. Asmodeus is even more trolly than you think he is. He's literally just standing on top of a building on the opposite end of the street. If you confront him, there is a 10% chance you could win, and that's including if you use your death talisman. There you go. But on the bright side, you now know where he's physically located. So there's a kind of a golden lining. And what's the last one? If Kit had Burger King this evening as opposed to KFC, she would be at least 1% more satisfied.
So 1% satisfied.
Yes.
That's it. We need to go back in time to make sure that Kit eats somewhere else.
There you go.
Clearly.
So if Darcy eats herself right here and now, Asmodeus will be stopped. Certainly, but not defeated. If we pull the option where she still inhabits her body even after Mephistopheles takes over her body, then we have the highest chance of success in defeating Asmodeus permanently. But
I think that was one of the ones where it was I thought that was the.
That was like a 17%
yeah.
chance
That's
of
still
victory.
the highest chance.
That's the highest chance of defeating them permanently, as opposed to just stalling them for time.
But we also have the ability to possibly catch him in his trolliness, and you can do your thing.
And I can try and take the book back and potentially not die horribly.
Well, you have that mark, right?
I do.
If I can hold him still for a few moments, can you use it?
Maybe. I don't know what it would do to him. He's not who I intended it for. But I have a great level of mastery over the sphere of forces. I can do tremendous damage to him.
Then I think that's the best route we could help for. I can tank a lot of damage.
I really disagree.
Keeper, can we go back and she stay here?
I do not sense that is what she wants.
Well, that's part of life is compromise, right?
I am not gonna get you guys killed. That's insane.
Well,
There's-
that's
Hey Darcy, I'm just going to point out something. You know you're still holding that knife, right?
I know.
Cool.
I'm very well aware of that. Don't worry.
That knife.
Hey, Darcy, I have
You
a
also have
lot.
someone who can heal.
I have a lot of feelings right now.
By the way, I will point
And-
if anyone has Prime Sight on, or just before, not meaning to cut across you, Kim, but I do have to point this out because when you mentioned about healing, yeah, if Darcy nicks herself with that, she will immediately pass on.
Oh, Jesus.
That
God
knife
damn it.
scrap is instant. Is instant. Do not pass go. Go straight to deadland. It's also painless though.
Keep. I don't suppose we could borrow that, could we?
No.
Damn.
We weren't allowed
So look
to
at
take
Theodos. So Hogwarts. You feel like taking your life into your own hands and possibly mastering your own destiny and saving somebody you give a shit about?
If you're going to do this without even discussing this and you're just going to decide this, I will kill myself right here and right now. Thank you.
Kit, I'm not even going to lie. The entity inside you just kind of contemplates for a moment and says, "Call the bluff." Actually, you know what? You know what, Kit? Roll me willpower. It feels this strongly.
I feel like it's going to be really wrong in this situation. Just a hunch.
Vinny, you know me.
I do know you, and that's why I say.
Just looks at Darcy. He actually
What's my DC?
Both of your DCs are going to be 8.
Okay.
It has willpower 6, doesn't it?
It has willpower 7 along with me because we both got that willpower boost.
Oh yes, excellent.
So no successes on Kit.
Oh God.
Oh wow. Okay.
So Kit's gonna do something. Oh God.
You will just see Kit kind of blinks for a couple of moments. There's no real physical or auditory change. Because
I am going to I am gonna nerve strike Darcy.
What?
I will point out that you may take actions. This thing has control of you for 3 turns. After that, you may take actions, basically, because it got the 3 successes. So when it has time to talk, and then you can nerve strike at your leisure.
Shit.
You're the one who took this motherfucking thing.
I know. I just kind of figured, he'd be kind of all for, like, let's try our luck against.
Oh no, he's all for it. He literally just thinks that Darcy is being a coward and be bluffing.
For the record, Evan, I have seen very few books in this scene. I feel lied to.
I beg your pardon?
I've seen very few books in this scene, and I feel lied to.
What, you want to see Merlin's library? Is that what I'm hearing?
At some point.
Okay, maybe if he really comes to like you.
Well, anyway,
but no, Kit will just look at Darcy and he'll say, "Okay, so you're gonna wear your big girl panties today." By the way, I'm trying to sound like Kit, so forgive me. You're gonna wear your big girl panties today? Fucking do it. We're going, and he just turns to the keeper. Okay, that is 1 turn's worth of action. Darcy, you have 2 turns worth of action to do something about it.
Okay. She will turn to the keeper and say, "I take it you will not let us leave until we've reached a consensus. I may hope so."
No, I'm not keeping any of you here against your will. That is 2 turns worth of action. There's 1 more turn, and then Kit's gonna nerve strike. So we have 1 last turn of action.
I mean, Darcy doesn't know that.
I know, but I'm pointing it out for posterity.
I hate you.
Hey, just real quick before we get to this potential fiasco. Remember the park in New York when you kicked me in the head?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Proceed.
All of a sudden, Vinny is so much more sanguine with the incoming suicide. It's like, no, kill the bitch.
Theodos is just going to go, "Wait, are you holding yourself hostage?"
I suppose.
Am I
Look,
supposed to-
what I
Still fine.
want
Still-
is that we look at the best option.
And Vinny, roll me Dex Brawl.
Dex martial arts, actually.
Roll me Dex Martial Arts.
Can I attempt to
Okay.
dodge? That's going to be
Yes.
hilarious because I suck at that. Oh dear.
You said you were death striking.
No, he said nerve striking.
Nerve
Oh, I'm
striking.
disappointed.
Can I spend a willpower on this?
Yes.
Okay.
I will do the same. God damn it, I'm gonna need that willpower, but fuck it.
Okay, so that's 9 dice. 7.
Jesus Christ, this is my 4 dice. Fail all of them, please.
That's 4 success. No, that is because I have hard style, so that is
1,
6
2, 3.
successes.
Oof. That's a big oof.
Okay, here comes my great dodge. I cannot dodge this fully. Even if I get all successes. No, I get 3 successes. So I do dodge 3 of them.
All right.
Wait.
Hey, Vinny, do that thing where you roll damage.
Okay, it's strength plus 3 bashing,
Plus your rollover.
plus the rollover, and she needs to make a stamina roll difficulty 8 or be stunned.
Oh god.
And if she
due to
botches the
hypersensitivity,
roll,
you
she's
can
stunned
make
for
a
3
stamina roll
turns.
Due to hypersensitivity, you can make a stamina roll of difficulty 9.
Don't botch.
I swear that hypersensitivity has only come as a flaw. Never take that as a merit, guys. It's not a merit. It's
I have
not a
never
merit.
I have never once had to give Darcy an actual mechanical curse just because Saskia is replaying.
So let's see, that's strength 5 plus
I mean,
3, which is
alright.
8 plus 2, so that's 10 dice of bashing.
Jesus fucking Christ. You know how many dice I have to actually soak this?
That's 5 successes.
Okay, here comes my great amount of dice. That's a fail.
Okay, so
Not a
that
botch.
now roll soak, please.
I thought that was all in one. Okay,
No,
check.
it's 2 separate rolls.
I don't soak
Okay.
any of it either.
No, you do. Ones don't deduct from soak.
Oh, okay, I soak 1. Yay!
You take crashing. Vinny, the nerve strike is successful.
Taking that shit out of her hand and very calmly handing it back to the keeper.
All right. Basically, Darcy, your hand twitches open. The knife falls neatly into Kit's hand, who returns it to the keeper. You've taken 4 bashing.
And
Oh,
she's stunned.
fuck.
And she's stunned.
I'll let you happily swear.
I mean, Darcy's probably on the ground now.
Oh, yeah.
She's gonna look to Cassidy.
Cassidy is like visibly like wincing, like, oh no, stop it.
If it helps, it is at that moment that the deer nuzzles you. Deer
Yep.
nuzzle.
And then looks
It
at
does help.
Minnie. Don't let her do anything until we get back.
What? Why do you keep doing the dumb shit, kid?
Because
This is why
I'm
you
trying
don't
to
have
save your
friends.
fucking friend.
No, you took away her spark, and
And now you take away my
I
free
don't
meal.
disagree with taking away the knife from her, but this could have gone differently.
Yeah. Keep her.
Can I
Send us
have a
back,
choice?
please.
Can I have a choice in what happens to me? Really? Are you going to be the same as them? Taking away anything that I can do? Are you really going to be that person? As
To do
Darcy's
the
slowly
right
getting
thing
to
for
her feet.
once. Yeah. I'll be that
No.
person.
Theodis, come on. Minnie, Cassidy, come on.
Okay.
Can't
So
just look at this.
what are we actually going to do? 'Cause
I'm going to
Exactly.
go over there and go loud. And I'm going to hold him down for everything that I have. And then you are going to do your hermetic thing and knock him out of existence.
And you can do that for within 3 minutes. You can kill him in 3 minutes. Because if you don't, it won't matter to me. Because I'll still be taken over by the other guy.
Not if
You don't have to leave here. I don't think.
If Deus is sent back, he almost certainly has the book on his person. All that matters is getting the book. If we get the book, that's the only
What
thing.
if you die?
What if you die?
It's our choice to make, isn't it?
That's too fair. That's a rough ironic turn of words, considering what just happened. But
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, Darcy's just gonna look at Kit like, really?
Yeah.
You went
Well,
there?
she was
Cassidy
throwing
would
it.
come
She's
over and
definitely
kind of,
throwing
you know,
it back at
help her up.
Darcy for obvious effect. But
Sorry, what's happening? What?
I don't need 3 minutes. I need about 12 seconds.
You first need to get there. That alone is gonna take at least a minute. And that is counting in any crazy shit that you can do.
Darcy,
Exactly that.
I have a bad idea.
Well, the worst
We-
ideas have already been thrown on the table.
We do that thing where your mind survives,
Yeah.
and then we have the Monkey King punt you
I
into
was gonna say,
space.
is the Monkey King here?
No,
Because he was with us.
he was.
And then he saw something shiny.
I agree with
He can't enter this realm without express permission. He didn't have it.
you, Minnie. I want to defeat him, and I want to have the best chance of defeating him. And that is not by you guys trying to be a hero and going all out. It's just not.
I'm just saying this would be the best way to get you back.
it's possible if your mind survived, we would be able to have another body for you. If you survived.
Once again, Cooper is like, you have no concept of the sanctity of anything.
Yep, she's just gonna look at the keeper and she's gonna say, "Send me back now."
Give me
Please.
my will. We will defeat him.
I'm going to fight him right now.
You
If
are
you actually
all...
want to
No.
have that mean something?
You will actually see he has gotten visibly angry. Like the anger is coming off him in palpable waves at this moment in time. There is going to be a moment with Cassidy where only you will perceive this, and he simply says to Cassidy, "Do you wish to remain here, or do you wish to return?"
Remain here.
Very well. All the rest of you are punted out. He literally just very angrily waves his hand, and you basically are all thrown backwards onto the street. Kit, your clock's hands start turning. There was I will point out, there was a vehement anger in his physicality. Like, basically, on the side, you guys kind of pushed all of his buttons, and he was trying desperately to be patient. But then it was just like, we'll just get her a new body. We'll just resurrect her from the dead. And I'm like, do you have no idea how sacred life is?
Can I point out that Darcy never said any of those things? I mean, I'm fine with being tossed out, but I absolutely disagreed with all of those things being said.
That's fine.
I want to know something actually, because it's really important, because I can't convey the tone in my current setting. But when Theodore said that, it was not as if he was being flippant about it. He was like literally saying, in the slimmest possible future, that probably will never happen in which you survive. Like, as in, I fully expect you to die in this process, sort of thing. Like, he wasn't being cheap about it. He was expecting the worst. He wasn't trying to treat it with disrespect. He was actually trying to avoid that, but I couldn't convey that tone. But
Okay, that's fine. It does help he is less angry, but he's more kind of, I am tired of dealing with this now.
Yeah.
Children, get the fuck out of my house.
Yeah.
At which point Cassidy is going to get up and hug him and apologize and just say, "Send me back."
He will do so. Before he does so, what he does is he will reach up into the tree, and he takes an acorn from the tree, and he places it to her chest. And as he does so, a silver cord forms around the acorn, and he simply says, "I will do so, and this will keep you safe." But then he will send you back. Basically, she will appear about a couple of seconds after you all, so I'd give it about 5 seconds. But yes, so now you may all declare your actions to me.
Kit's
Darcy,
gonna
you
look
were stuck. Sorry, Darcy, you were stuck in the same kind of limbo
Yep.
you were in.
I know. I know.
Kit's gonna look at Theodis, and she's gonna make her way for the building.
Okay.
How far away is the building?
The building itself is at a brisk Theodis, because Theodis has his own gate. At a brisk Theodis, you could. It's about a minute away, 2 minutes away. You only have about 2 or 3 minutes time, I will warn you. So in theory, Kit, the best way to get him up there would be to physically pick him up. Because Theo just
So
walks.
I guess I'm going loud then. Kit's going to just unlock all the sigils on her back as she kind of pulls her shirt off, and all the exposed sigils sort of like they swirl and open up almost like portals, and it's almost like a black mist kind of starts to surround her. And well, Minnie's seen this. I don't think anybody else has.
I don't think Minnie has seen this because she was unconscious the last time that happened.
Oh.
But she did
Kit
see the
grows
form
to
after.
grows to about 15 feet tall. Much wider and broader than she was, and she uses one of her tendril arms to grab Theodis, like just pluck him off the ground, and she goes at a full gait towards the building. But will spend or doesn't need to spend anything, but we'll use blending to one of its features to basically kind of go incognito.
Is the Monkey King still there?
He is, in fact. He's still standing there.
Minnie sees Kit run off. Kit and Theodis. And looks at the Monkey King. Kit just ruined the only chance that we might have had to save Darcy.
I'm sorry, little one, but he contemplates and he says, "My hands are kind of tied. I can't really interfere in these matters." For the record, I will get to you guys. Don't worry. Just that I sense that Minnie wants to say some stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I wish I could do more, but I really can't.
Minnie looks at Darcy. You could do what Darcy wants, right?
I can. Wait, what does she want me to? What does she want? Why? What does she want?
Minnie's still holding the coin that ferries her across this river Styx. I wanted the option where her mind would survive being possessed. But since that's been thrown out the window, the only way for death not to reign on the world would be for Darcy to cross. And I know that's what she wants, even though that is not what I want. And like Minnie's crying, she's just tears.
What the Monkey King does is Yeah, he would have to do this. Okay. He
Give me a
reaches.
second before you do. So Winnie presses her forehead against Darcy's, using mine too for empathic projection.
Mhm.
That starts at 5. She's crying, so she's going to use the water from that to lower the difficulty by 1. And she's going to spend a willpower. Oh, that's 3 successes. Minnie's sharing all of her emotions with you right now, Darcy. She is sharing how much she loves you and how angry she is with the fact that she couldn't save you and how sad she is.
Through all of the pain and through the torment, Darcy, you can feel those emotions, and you can communicate back with feelings.
She'll try to send back the love that she feels for basically everyone, and that, you know, sort of peace in. Well, I mean, no, she doesn't know what's going to happen, so never mind that. Never mind that. But yeah, she's just trying to send all the love that she has for everyone. Like
What the
for
monkey
Minnie, for Lottie, for Theodus, for basically, yeah, everyone.
what the Monkey King does, Lottie, and he will later. Oh, sorry, Minnie. He will kneel down on the ground, and you know how Kit was tearing that card to bits. Minnie. Minnie. Daylight. And Minnie one go home. There.
Sorry, I did not realize I was muted.
It's cool. You know how Kit was tearing the crap out of that car earlier on?
Yes.
He kneels down and he picks up a very sharp, jagged-looking piece of metal, and he hands it to Minnie. And he says, I can take her soul there so that she won't be alone, but I can't kill her. It's against the rules.
Oh, God. Oh, God, you're literally making the pacifist do this. She's never lifted
Yeah,
a finger to harm
Only
anybody.
other 2 people left here are both pacifists.
I know, right?
I'll be blunt. I was predicting this. I'm proud that it took less than a month to happen.
Do we have any chance of getting to him before I go through with this?
No. This is all happening in about the course of a minute. It'll take you at least a minute to reach the top of the roof.
Yeah, if you just kind of, I guess you just kidnapped him, really.
Help! I'm being kidnapped. But yeah, so he basically hands the jagged piece of metal to Minnie. I'd give you a knife or something, but even if my divine panoply is used, it would be against the rules.
Oh, and she has enough medicine knowledge to make it relatively instantaneous. Oh, God. Minnie's gonna hate herself so much. Oh, my goodness. Sorry, this is me freaking out of character.
Take your time. Out of
And
character,
Cassidy is probably going to run off and puke if she sees this.
out of character, we have all the time in the world.
So, she's going to take to the Monkey King. At least make sure nobody sees this. And that, you know, the roll of shade. As she takes the shard squeezing it so hard her hand is also bleeding. She's shaking, crying. And I'm assuming I could do a dex medicine.
You can literally just declare a coup de grace.
Okay. I guess.
All right. So, from the perspective of the PCs on the ground, what happens is Minnie puts the piece of metal into her palm, and in one very swift thrust right up into the jugular, blood gouts, twitch, 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 fall. From Darcy's perspective, you wake up once again by that river, only the Monkey King is sitting with you this time.
Hey,
Hello.
what happened?
One of your friends made the very hard choice.
Tell her that she did right.
I will.
Okay.
I've been around for a very long time, but I have not seen someone who passed on, who gave themselves so freely and as bravely as you did.
I'm sure that you must have missed out on a lot.
No,
I'm not special.
that's a lie. To a lot of people, you were. And as you see the boat coming, shall be again special.
I hope to see you again then.
You will. He takes one of the huge feathers from his headpiece, and he wraps it around your waist. And as it does so, it becomes a beautifully multicolored belt, basically a sash.
That's very pretty. Hey, could you do me one favor?
Mhm,
The last one.
mhm.
Could you give the jewelry box to, I don't know, Minnie, Lottie, Siren, Theodis? I don't care. All of them, I guess. Uh, it's something I won at the auction. And maybe, I don't know, they have something to remember me by.
Sure, I'll tell them.
Just tell them I love them, all of them. And that I wish I could keep fighting with them, but I think this is the best way.
I'll do that. I promise.
Well, I'll see you later then.
It's never goodbye. It's only till we next meet.
I know. I know.
As Darcy walks towards the boat, you will see the ferryman extend his hand towards you.
Yeah, she'll take his hand.
You don't actually.
Oh, okay.
Before you can take his hand, there's a blinding flash of light. And you see the ferryman he takes 2 steps backwards. And you will see this individual standing directly behind you.
Oh, shit. Is she gonna get revenge for me killing Siren? Oh god. That's gonna be special.
No, but she holds out her hand to you and she says, "My master has opened the door. He wishes your service."
Okay. Sure, I'll come along.
This has been a very long time since he's asked for anyone by name.
I guess it's more of an honor than I realize right now. But yeah.
She takes your hand and she holds you very, very close. You hear her heart beating. All of the pain washes away as both of you step into a bright and blissful place where pain cannot exist and there is only limitless joy. By the time that Kit and Theodis reach the roof, it's rather interesting. You see Asmodeus, you see his entire body is hunched over as he's writing until you step out onto the roof proper and his head turns and there's a smile, a sickening smile that shows all of his teeth. The teeth that are unnaturally pointed and incredibly sharp. But then from below you, you see a flash of golden light. Minnie, Darcy's body is no longer there. It is no longer black and bloodied on the ground. There is a golden flash of light, and the body itself is no more. It's not there anymore, frankly.
Oh, that just makes the crying worse.
However, you will see in his hands as he looks down, the book bursts into it bursts into flame. However, the book itself doesn't burn. It becomes rather than pages now, it is as if the book is made of golden tablets, and it causes him to snarl and his skin to blister as he is forced to drop it. Black Icarus blood leaking from his nose and from his eyes. His hands a charred, ruined mess.
Do we have an opportunity to lay hands on him?
You do.
Then I will spend a point of willpower for alacrity so I can get 2 actions.
Mm-hmm.
And I am going to use one to grapple him and the other to bite him with my needle teeth and hopefully give Theodis a chance to, at the very least, unmake him or kill him. I don't know. You're a hermetic. You can do things with forces. Yeah?
I'm not sure I actually want to use horses. I may want to use Prime on him. Because he could have, I don't know, I could throw lightning at him. I don't know if throwing fire at him would even work.
One way or
I
another.
will give you as much time as I can give you.
All right.
So, Vinny, roll me your attack roll to both grapple and to bite him.
Okay. I'll spend another point of willpower on the grapple, but not on the bite.
Okay.
90, 10. Difficulty 5.
Did you just fail?
Well, no, I got 1 success on the grapple.
No, you don't, because grappling is not a hard style thing. I think grappling is a soft style thing.
Joint lock.
Oh, that'll do it.
Yeah.
Cool. And now, bite him! Bite him!
Right. And that's just a dex brawl because I can't martial arts bite someone, I don't think.
No, you can't. It is dex brawl.
Any difficulty modifier for having him grappled?
No, it's standard diff. Anyone else who attacks him gets the minus reduction, but you don't because you have to control the grapple.
Okay. So that's 5 successes.
Oof. Roll your damage, sir.
All right. That bite does. My bite does or ignores 3 levels of armor,
Okay.
and a bite is, I think, what, strength plus 1.
Okay.
So 4, 5. So that's 10 d10. So 5 successes on the damage.
Okay. You tear a huge gouting hole out of its throat. Interestingly enough, it doesn't seem to hurt him, but you can tell that he is the body is dying, but it doesn't seem to physically pain him. So Theodus, would you like to do a thing?
I'm gonna hit him with a prime bolt blast. Actually, no, I'm just gonna make it a force bolt blast. What does ag outside of fire really with forces?
Fire does ag. I think fire is the only thing that does express ag.
Yeah, I'll do that then.
Doesn't a
Yeah.
straight up primal bolt do that though?
Primal Bolt does it as well, but he wants the extra effect of, because when you use forces to generate damage, it generates an additional level of damage.
Mm-hmm.
So another one that does damage, for the record, is Entropy 4. Also does ag damage. Oh, nice.
Yeah. I'm also going to spend a point of quintessence.
You can also spend a willpower.
I also spend willpower, and I throw out I do the traditional, just say the magic words. And I think that reduces the difficulty to 5. Spend willpower.
Good luck, Chris.
Oh, I do 8 aggravated damage. No, wait a second. I get force. I do 9 aggravated damage.
Okay, give me 1 second. He has to roll some dice. Actually, no. You know what? His purpose here is done. You sense that he was going to do something, but then he sees it. And it's almost like he shrugs as he opens his arms wider to basically take the thing, and the body is incinerated nearly instantly. As the body falls to dust.
Theodus rushes over to the tablet. He doesn't actually pay any heed to the dusted body.
Kit's going to revert form because Rule of Shade and yeah.
And so it was that she was welcomed amid their company, with smiles on their faces, for they knew that it had been so long since another soul was recognized as such. Selflessness in action and nobility of deed, those who had drunk with gods and seen the true faces of monsters. A new hero crowned, death their final achievement, the final act of their nobility. And thus it was. A new tale began, where the old one had simply ceased. At which point, Theodis, as you hold the book in your hands, the tablet turns to very, very fine golden dust
Oh,
and is carried away.
He just wanted to make one final addendum to it.
What was it?
He wanted to grant back her spark of life so that whatever new life that she may have, she will always carry the gift of life with her.
What I will let you do is a small golden bauble will form in the air above you, and it will be encased in a crystal bottle with a golden top. Consider that her last gift. She will bestow that merit on someone you find worthy.
Keep it very, very close.
And on that note, children, we will end our scene. So thank you, players, for playing. Thank you, watchers, for watching. This has been another scene of Darkness in Dublin. Have a pleasant evening. I'm going to take a bow for that one.